After over a year of bloodshed, there are reports tonight that a deal may be close to reach a ceasefire in Gaza and to return Israeli hostages home. This evening, President Biden has said an agreement is on the brink. In a moment, we'll talk to Sarah Smith in Washington. But first, our Middle East correspondent Lucy Williamson is in Jerusalem. And Lucy, what are you hearing there?
Well, it's clear that negotiations are at an advanced stage. Senior officials from both sides are now inside the same building in Doha discussing details through mediators. And one Palestinian official has told the BBC, has described it as putting the finishing touches to a deal. This deal was outlined 8 months ago. What's changed is the wider context for it, not just the incoming President Donald Trump, whose support Israel is keen to keep and who has threatened that all hell will break loose if the hostages are not released by the time he takes office, but also the weakening of Hamas with the erosion of its leadership and also of its allies across the region. It's not finalised yet. We've been down this road before, but there are growing signs tonight that the two sides are very close to a deal that, if it stays on track, could end the Gaza war.
OK, Lucy, thank you. Well, tonight, President Biden has been talking about the potential for a peace deal.
We're pressing hard to close this. The deal we have structured would free the hostages, halt the fighting, provide security to Israel, and allow us to significantly surge humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians who've suffered terribly in this war that Hamas started.
Let's speak now to our North America editor, Sarah Smith, who's in Washington for us this evening. And Sarah, President Biden has talked of the possibility of a deal before, but does it sound different this time?
Yes, I think he sounds more optimistic this time. As you said, there is a real chance that this could be done before he leaves the White House a week today. He said that he has been talking on the phone to leaders in the region and that he intends to continue working on this if there is any chance that he can reach an agreement. And we heard also today from his national security advisor, from Jake Sullivan. He said he wasn't promising or predicting anything, but he thinks there's a distinct possibility this deal could happen this week. The timing is obviously fascinating, with Joe Biden just about to leave office. Of course, he would love to announce a deal that hostages had been released whilst he is still president. And as Lucy mentioned, we heard from Donald Trump a few days ago saying that if they're not released by the time he is sworn into office, all hell will break loose. He didn't explain what he meant by that, but, you know, he made it clear he wants to see this happen. And what we did learn today that was very interesting was that as Joe Biden's team are in the Middle East taking part in these negotiations, they're talking very closely to the incoming administration of Donald Trump's team, so that if this is not achieved by Monday, when Donald Trump is sworn into office, seamlessly his team can pick up with the negotiations and try to get this deal over the line.